bestowed by the historic treaties of peace and friendship, we pay our respects to the indigenous people who have occupied this island for over 12,000 years. We now ask that you please rise if you're able, remove your hats and remain standing for the playing of our national anthem.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to ACAA TV for this afternoon's matchup between the Holland College Hurricanes and the UNBSJ Seawolves. Starting lineup for the Seawolves today is number 1, Emily Robichaud, number 2, Kate McLeod, number 4, Sasha Buchanan, number 7, Dominique Gendron, number 8, Sophia Sad, number 12, Haley Wilson, number 13, Lauren Gulliver, and number 15, Amy McKenzie. For the Hurricanes, we have number 1, Jenna O'Neill, number 2, Jada Judge, number 3, Morgan Hoskins, number 4, Abby McDonald, number 6, Marissa O'Donnell, number 11, Maria Moores, number 14, Mason Babby, and number 15, Jackie Jubenville. Gulliver to serve for the Seawolves. Pass by O'Neill. O'Donnell to McDonald. McDonald! Great first ball side out there by the Hurricanes. O'Donnell to serve. Pass by Sad. Gulliver, back to Gendron. Gendron on the right side. Excellent placement there by fifth-year Dominique Gendron. The former CCAA All-Canadian for last year's season. Gendron to serve. Pass by Jubenville, tight ball at the net. Wilson puts it over, excellent dig by Hoskins. McDonald in the middle. 2 kills back-to-back for fourth-year Abby McDonald. Hoskins to serve. Pass by Sad. Gulliver back out to Robichaud. Robichaud off the hands of the block. We have a lot of first ball side outs here between both teams. Wilson to serve. Pass by O'Neill. O'Donnell to McDonald again. Great dig by Robichaud. She gets up off the ground. Blocked by McDonald. Excellent save there by Gendron. Robichaud again. Dug up by Hoskins. Point to the Seawolves. Today's matchup is definitely a battle of the fourth years and fifth years. Both teams have a lot of older athletes on their team. So a lot of great leadership between both programs. Wilson to serve. Pass by Jubenville. O'Donnell outside to O'Neill. O'Neill off the block. McDonald to serve for the Hurricanes. Pass by Gendron. Robichaud chases that down. Gendron in the backcourt. Dug up by Hoskins. O'Donnell outside to O'Neill. O'Neill! Excellent dig by Sophia Sad. Robichaud on the outside, blocked by Moores. Moores again off the hands of Robichaud. McDonald to serve. Pass by Gendron. Gulliver outside to Robichaud. Robichaud dug up by O'Neill. O'Donnell to Morris. Morris with a roll shot off the hands. Excellent effort there by McLeod. O'Donnell back to Morris. Free ball here for the Seawolves. Gendron to Gulliver. Gulliver outside to McLeod. Gulliver called on the double contact. McDonald to serve. Pass by Gendron. Gulliver to Buchanan. Saved there by Babby. Tight ball at the net. Point to the Seawolves. McLeod to serve. Pass by Hoskins. O'Neill, great effort there. McLeod to serve. Pass by O'Neill. Hoskins outside to O'Neill. Tight ball at the net. She volleys that over off the hands. Great save there by fifth year Jen O'Neill. Morris to serve. Pass by Gendron. Gulliver to Buchanan. Buchanan with the tip, dug up by Jubenville. O'Neill on the outside. O'Neill rips it. Excellent swing by Jen O'Neill. All eyes will definitely be on Jen O'Neill this afternoon. Morris to serve. Pass by Robichaud. Gulliver back out to Robichaud. What a transition there by Emily Robichaud. we have any young aspiring athletes, that is how you transition. She was on the ground, got up, got outside, still able to run a fast pace there. Excellent effort there by Emily Robichaud. Robichaud to serve. Excellent serve by Robichaud. Moore's on the outside from the backcourt. Robichaud to serve. O'Neill to serve. Pass by Saad. Robichaud to McLeod. And Babby with a block. O'Neill to serve. Pass by Gendron. Back outside to Gendron. Off the hand, dug up by O'Neill. Jubenville, back to O'Neill. O'Neill with the free ball over. McLeod to Gulliver. Gulliver to Buchanan. Buchanan off the hands. Babby blocked by Buchanan. O'Donnell outside to Hoskins. Hoskins dug up by Saad. Gulliver, great push out there to Gendron. Excellent dig by Jubenville. And Babby blocked by Buchanan. O'Donnell outside to Hoskins. Hoskins. And then net violation for the Seawolves. What a dig by Jackie Jubenville. Dominique Gendron was left basically all alone at the net. That was an incredible play by Jackie Jubenville. O'Neill to serve. Pass by Gendron. O'Donnell with a party ball. Free ball here for the Hurricanes. O'Neill to serve. Pass by Saad. Gulliver. Outside to Gendron. Gendron! What a swing by Dominique Gendron. UNBSJ really using a nice tempo there for the sets on the outside, creating those holes in the blocks. Buchanan to serve. Babby to serve. Pass by Robichaud. Gulliver with the dump, dug up by Morris. O'Donnell to McDonald. McDonald off the hands. Abby McDonald's 3 for 3. And the game has just started. Babby to serve. Gulliver to serve for the Seawolves. O'Donnell to serve. Pass by Saad. Gulliver. Outside to McLeod. McLeod off the hands of Moores. Recycled by Wilson. Gendron on the outside. Off the hands of McDonald. Excellent play there by Moores. Timeout here for the Seawolves as the Hurricanes lead 15-10 in this first set. If you are tuning into the game, please let me know where you're watching from and who you are cheering for. Charlotte saying, let's go Canes. Malcolm and Charlotte together again from Calgary. Awesome. I hope you had a great time in Antigua, Malcolm. Great to see you guys are tuning in. Hope you got to see that dig that Jackie made earlier on. That was awesome. Today's matchup definitely is a close one. The UNBSJ Seawolves are currently in first place. They've won 7 matches and only lost 2. The Holland College Hurricanes have won 5 and dropped 4 matches. But they are currently on a 2-game win streak, hoping to make that a 3-game win streak. We were really going point for point at the beginning there. But the Hurricanes have gone a little bit of a run here. We've seen a lot so far from Abby McDonald. I believe she's had 4 kills so far. Abby McDonald is 3rd in the league right now for hitting percentage, hitting 333%. O'Donnell with the serve, and then O'Donnell with an ace. O'Donnell to serve. And another ace by O'Donnell. O'Donnell to serve again. Same spot. Pass by Robichaud. Outside to McLeod. McLeod blocked by Moores. Sad. Outside to Gendron. Gendron off the hands. Dug up by McDonald. Hoskins on the outside. And a net violation for the Seawolves. Hurricanes leading 18-10. O'Donnell to serve. Pass by Sad. Gulliver to Wilson. Dug up by O'Donnell. McDonald with the high ball set to Moores. Moores. Great dig by Robichaud. McLeod on the outside and blocked by McDonald. Abby McDonald. Abby McDonald is unstoppable. O'Donnell. Gendron to serve. Pass by Hoskins. O'Donnell to McDonald. Hoskins to serve. Substitution for the Seawolves. Kira McCord stepping into the game. I believe she was this past week ACAA Athlete of the Week. First-year setter from Calgary, Alberta. Hoskins to serve. Pass by Sad. McCord. Back to McLeod. McLeod. Dug up by Hoskins. O'Donnell outside to O'Neill. O'Neill going deep cross. Dug up by Sad. Gendron chases that down. Free ball here for the Hurricanes. Hoskins to O'Donnell. O'Donnell to McDonald. McDonald blocked by Wilson. At this point, you'd almost have to assume that whenever the Hurricanes are in system, they're going to feed that ball to McDonald. Excellent block there by Wilson. She goes back to serve. Pass by Jubenville. O'Neill to Hoskins. She's deep in the court. That was a tough ball to hit. Wilson to serve. Pass by O'Neill. O'Donnell chases that down. Free ball here for the Hurricanes, or for the Seawolves, but a miscommunication leads to an error there. The Hurricanes started off the game playing a very disciplined game, but it seems like perhaps they've become a little bit complacent in their play. Charlotte says, oh yeah! Amazing, Charlotte. And Matt says, let's go Hurricanes. Carla says, cheering for the Seawolves. Sophia Sad's mom watching from Nakawik, New Brunswick. Awesome. Thank you for tuning in, Carla. Assistant coach Suzanne Ladner said that Sophia originally joined the team as a middle, but then switched to a libero. And then I believe it was last year or the year before that whenever Sydney Flower was injured, Sophia went back to middle, and very versatile athlete. So great to see her having lots of success. And Dawn says, Lauren Gulliver with the Seawolves watching from Newfoundland. Awesome. Thank you for tuning in, Dawn. So Lauren Gulliver is also a first-year setter, so they have 2 first-year setters here. What's nice with the Seawolves is that although they have really young setters, they have very experienced attackers. And I see here, I did say that Gendron is in her 5th year, but my correction here, Gendron is in her 4th year here. A left side from Zieppe, New Brunswick. Jubenville with the pass. Hoskin chases that down. Free ball here for the Seawolves. Gendron to McCord. Excellent swing there by McLeod, and a net violation. Seawolves now within 5. They get this point, this could be a huge turning point. They definitely have the momentum right now. Wilson to serve. Pass by O'Neill. Jubenville back out to O'Neill. O'Neill off the block. Substitution here for the Hurricanes as first year Kira Cullingworth steps in to serve for Abby McDonald. Pass by Gendron. McCord outside to McLeod. McLeod dug up by O'Donnell. Hoskins to O'Neill in the front court. O'Neill off the hands. Saved by Buchanan. McCord to Gendron in the back court. And that's long. Collingwood to serve again. Tough serve by Collingworth. Great pass there by Robichaud. Tip there, dug up by O'Donnell. Hoskins outside to Morris. Morris with the dump. Or with the tip, sorry. Sad with the dig. Robichaud on the outside. And a net violation there by Babby. McLeod to serve for the Seawolves. Pass by O'Neill. O'Donnell. Outside to O'Neill. O'Neill. Morris to serve. Excellent serve by Morris. Buchanan! What a run there by the Seawolves. Tight ball at the net. McCord was definitely drawing the block towards her since she is front row. Leaving Buchanan all by herself. Robichaud to serve. Pass by Hoskins. O'Donnell outside to O'Neill. O'Neill off the hands. Dug up by Robichaud. Gendron on the outside. Gendron blocked by Babby. O'Neill to serve. Pass by Sad. McLeod chases that down. Free ball here for the Hurricanes. O'Donnell back to O'Neill in the backcourt. Blocked by Buchanan. Tight ball at the net. Robichaud to McCord. McCord outside to Gendron. Gendron through the hole in the block. Substitution here for the Seawolves. Doucette steps into the game to serve for Buchanan. And an ace for Doucette. That is a tough position to be in when you're 1 point away from losing the set. Excellent serve by Doucette. Araya Potts steps into the game here for Babby. O'Neill to O'Donnell. Back to O'Neill. O'Neill. Seawolves have made quite the comeback after being down 18-10. Pass by Jubenville. O'Donnell outside to Hoskins. Hoskins down the line. Hurricanes take the first set 25-20. We have Darren Wilson watching from Nakawik cheering on Haley Wilson and the Seawolves. Thank you, Darren, for tuning in. And we have Joanna McLeod saying, "Go Seawolves, go Kate," watching from St. John. Awesome. Thank you so much, Joanna, for cheering in, or for tuning in, and for commenting. Then makes everyone else better. McCord to serve for the Seawolves. Pass by O'Neill. O'Donnell outside to Hoskins. Tight ball at the net. Dug up by Robichaud. Excellent effort by Robichaud. Gendron on the outside. Blocked by Babby. Robichaud outside to Gendron. Gendron dug up by Jubenville. Tight ball there. And a net violation there for the Hurricanes. McCord to serve. Pass by Jubenville. O'Donnell outside to Hoskins. Hoskins blocked by McLeod. O'Neill in the backcourt. Dug up by McCord. Roll shot by Gendron. O'Donnell to Babby. Babby dug up by McKenzie. McCord chases that down. Free ball here for the Hurricanes. Jubenville to O'Donnell. O'Donnell to Babby. Babby blocked by Gendron and Wilson. McCord to serve. Tough serve by McCord. Babby to serve. McCord to Wilson. Blocked by McDonald. McLeod puts that ball over. Dug up by O'Neill. McDonald. Babby to serve. Pass by Gendron. McCord chases that down. McLeod on the outside. Excellent swing by Kate McLeod. Third year from St. John, New Brunswick. Gendron to serve. Pass by Jubenville. Tight ball at the net. And blocked by O'Donnell. O'Donnell to serve. Pass by Gendron. McCord outside to Robichaud. Robichaud! Great dig by Jubenville. Hoskins on the outside. Off the hands. Another great dig by Robichaud. Robichaud, tight ball. He's very outside as well. Excellent save. McLeod on the outside. Blocked by McDonald. Abby McDonald doesn't even need any pin hitters to go in and help her. She can do it all by herself. O'Donnell to serve. Pass by Hobain. Tight ball at the net. O'Donnell to serve. Pass by Hobain. McCord to McLeod. McLeod! Excellent dig by O'Donnell. Moores outside to Hoskins. Hoskins off the hands. O'Donnell to serve. Pass by Robichaud. McCord to McLeod. McLeod. O'Donnell to serve. Pass by Gendron. McCord to Wilson. Wilson blocked by McDonald. Abby McDonald. There's no getting around her. O'Donnell to serve. Pass by Hobain. McCord outside to Gendron, Robichaud. Gendron outside to Robichaud. Robichaud trying to go off the hands. Looking for a touch there, but great idea by Robichaud, knowing that she's got a big block in front of her between Moores and McDonald. O'Donnell to serve. Pass by Hobain. McCord to McLeod. McLeod rips it. What an angle. McLeod used a tractor to hit that ball. Wilson to serve. Tough serve by Wilson. O'Neill called in the double contact. And a block by McLeod. Wilson to serve. Excellent serve by Wilson. Seawolves within 3 points. Wilson to serve again. Pass by Jubenville. O'Donnell to O'Neill in the backcourt. O'Neill dug up by Wilson. Excellent effort by McCord. Dug up by O'Neill. McDonald rips it. Great dig by Gendron. Hoskins to serve. Pass by Gendron. McCord outside to Robichaud. Robichaud off the block. Excellent use of the block by Robichaud. McLeod to serve. Pass by Jubenville. O'Donnell outside to O'Neill. O'Neill blocked by McCord and Buchanan. O'Neill again. A great touch there by McCord again. Robichaud on the outside. Robichaud rips it. Sharp cross. Emily Robichaud. An excellent swing. Robichaud really does it all. She's been passing great, playing excellent defense, has a tough serve, and has been killing the ball at the net. Pass by Jubenville. O'Donnell outside to O'Neill. O'Neill down the line. Substitution here for the Hurricanes as Araya Potts steps into the game for Mason Babby. Now we've seen a lot of Jen O'Neill and Abby McDonald this game, and Coach Craig Hoskins says that offensively Jen O'Neill and Abby McDonald have been the driving forces in the first half of the season. Jen has carried a heavy load in terms of attempts and kills and has been their most consistent scoring threat. Abby creates problems because of her size and ability to attack, and she has a great job of holding opposing middle blockers honest, which really opens up opportunities for the rest of their offense. And that's exactly what we're seeing today. O'Neill and McDonald are very dominant athletes in this league. It's also great to see two PEI athletes doing so well. Robichaud on the outside, off the hands. Another great play by Robichaud. The 5'7" left side from Fredericton, New Brunswick. Emily Robichaud goes back to serve. Pass by Hoskins. Tight ball at the net. Pot with the punch over. Robichaud. Net violation for the Hurricanes. Point for the Seawolves. Robichaud to serve. Pass by Jubenville. O'Donnell to Pot. Pot with the dump. Robichaud in the backcourt. Ambitious play by Robichaud. Morris to serve. Excellent serve by Maria Morris. Substitution here for the Seawolves. Doucette comes back into the game to serve for Buchanan. Pass by Hoskins. O'Donnell outside to O'Neill. O'Neill! Great dig by McLeod. Gendron on the outside. Blocked by Pott. Doucette to serve. Pass by O'Neill. Hoskins with the free ball over. McLeod. McCord out to Gendron. Gendron left all alone with O'Donnell. Excellent swing by Gendron. Doucette to serve. Pass by Hoskins. O'Donnell to Pott. Pott. Pott with the kill. O'Neill to serve. Pass by Robichaud. Great pass by Robichaud. Wilson in the middle. Excellent run there between McCord and Wilson. And great job by Wilson to cut that shot kind of like cross body there, seeing that she had the double block on her right shoulder. McCord to serve for the Seawolves. They are now within 1 point. Pass by O'Neill. O'Donnell outside to Hoskins. Hoskins very far wide. Excellent save by Hoskins. McLeod on the outside. McLeod through the hole in the block. Excellent swing by McLeod. Substitution here. Babby steps back into the game for Pott. Pass by O'Neill. Tough ball there. O'Donnell saves that. Free ball here for the Seawolves. Wilson to McCord. McCord back to Wilson. Dug up by O'Neill. Hoskins on the outside. Blocked by McLeod. Free ball here for the Seawolves. Robichaud to McCord. McCord outside to Gendron. Gendron off the hands. The Seawolves are in full control of this game right now. They're putting the Hurricanes at a system. Their Seawolves are passing really well and serving really well as well. McCord to serve. Babby to serve. Pass by Gendron. McCord to Wilson. Wilson! Excellent dig there by Babby. McCord to Gendron on the outside. She's left by herself once again. The Hurricanes really struggling to close those outside blocks. But McCord's doing an excellent job of really spreading out the offense. We saw on the first set they were very left side heavy, but now there's a lot more usage of the middles in this game, which is really opening a lot of doors for the outside hitters. Gendron to serve. Tough serve by Gendron. Did that curve? Was that a curve ball? Excellent set by McCord. Great swing by McLeod. Hoskins on the outside with the tip. McCord with the dig. Gendron outside to Robichaud. Robichaud blocked by McDonald. Great coverage there by Wilson. McCord. Backcourt to Gendron. Gendron rips it. Once again, McCord spreading the offense. Doing an excellent job. Gendron to serve. Excellent serve by Gendron. O'Neill in the backcourt. Great effort there by the Seawolves. The Seawolves play excellent defense. Their defense is really a true representation of just the competitiveness they have as a team. Doucette with the pass. McLeod on the outside. McLeod blocked by Hoskins. Hoskins, a former libero, turned left side in her fifth year with a massive block on McLeod. O'Donnell to serve. Pass by Doucette. Robichaud on the outside, off the hands once again. Robichaud, very smart plays. She has a huge block in front of her between Moores and McDonald. But the undersized left side has no fear there. She's still coming in very aggressive and using that block to her advantage. Wilson to serve. Hoskins to serve. Pass by Gendron. McCord outside to Robichaud. Robichaud blocked by Moores. Great coverage there. Robichaud again with the deep tip dug up by Hoskins. O'Donnell outside to O'Neill. O'Neill! Excellent dig by Hobain. Gendron in the outside, or in the backcourt. Gendron! What a swing by Gendron. Dominique Gendron comes in with the confidence of a fourth-year hitter for sure. The former CCAA All-Canadian is ripping it from the backcourt and the front court. McLeod to serve. Tough serve by McLeod. The Hurricanes serve-receive hasn't been super consistent this game. However, they had played well at the system in that first set. But now it's really hard for them to generate their offense. Once again, there's an example, a free ball here for the Seawolves. McCord to Buchanan. Seawolves are the type of team that you cannot give free balls to. And once again, an excellent run there by McCord. We really have to highlight first-year Kira McCord. Suzanne Ladner's, the assistant coach, said that Kira's 5'3" and plays much bigger than her height on the court. She has been their starting setter for most of the season, and she's a bit of a celebrity amongst the local club athletes in the St. John area. Some of the athletes who come to the matches and follow the team have expressed that Kira is their favorite player. She has been inspiring the younger generation of volleyball players who tend to be more on the shorter side, showing them that you don't have to be 6 feet tall to play post-secondary. So it's great to see that a local celebrity from St. John is really, a local celebrity in St. John is doing such a great job here with the program. She is a first-year setter from Calgary, Alberta, and she's definitely making an impact here with the Seawolves, doing a great job with her decision-making, and her defense has also been very strong. And despite her height, she's had some good touches on the block as well. She's not being really exploited by the other hitters, by the opposing team, so that just shows that she's really doing her job there. Seawolves leading 22-19 in this second set. McLeod to serve. Pass by Hoskins. Moores on the outside. Moores. Great dig there, a great touch there by McLeod, but that'd be a kill for Moores. Substitution for the Hurricanes as Cullingworth steps back into the game for McDonald. Cullingworth to serve. Pass by Gendron. McCord outside to Robichaud. Robichaud. That's long. Cullingworth to serve again. Tough serve by Cullingworth. Gendron outside to Robichaud. Robichaud. Robichaud to serve. Pass by Hoskins. Tight ball here at the net. And the Hurricanes called on a carry. Seawolves now within 1 point. Timeout here for the Hurricanes. Seawolves leading 24-21. We have Matt saying, good start, Hurricanes, stay aggressive. Charlotte saying, MJ, the Canes need to close the block this set and not allow UNB to get side-out points. That is an excellent observation, Charlotte. The block has definitely been troublesome for the Hurricanes. There's been times where they haven't closed the block, but there's also been times where they're getting tooled off their hands. And Michelle's saying, go Seawolves, cheering on Don from Dieppe. Thanks for tuning in, Michelle. And Charlotte saying, keep hustling, Canes. And AC saying, go Seawolves, watching from Maine, USA. Hey, we're international. Shout out to their manager, Marina Villator, proud parents. Thank you so much, AC, for tuning into this game. That's wonderful. Ho! What a way to end the first set. Gendron with a party ball. That last point really represents how the Seawolves played that set. Seawolves played a lot better that second set than they did in the first set. We're now 1-1 in this game. And some other games that happened today is Crandall beat UKC 3-0. Val AC swept the Mount A Mounties 3-0. And the St. Thomas Tommies are taking on MSVU at 5 o'clock. This league is very tight, so it's really interesting to see the scores and of the different games because it's a really tight league. Now I have some fun facts here about the UNBSJ Seawolves. Coach Colin got married this past summer to Maddie, who is a team medical support person. And there are 5 girls on the team that are from St. John: Amy, Sasha, Alina, Kate, and Kenzie. 4 are from the Fredericton area. And they have 3 graduating players, Haley, Paige, and Sophia. And the team last season had the highest GPA as a team in the history of UNBSJ athletics. Their team average GPA was 3.8. It's awesome to see student athletes really taking the student part seriously as well. And as I mentioned before, Dominique Gendron was CCAA All-Canadian for 2025. And Dominique Gendron and Emily Robichaud have been on the starting lineup since the start of their first year with the team. And that really is no surprise. Both of them are excellent athletes. You can see that the way they play is so confident and so aggressive. There's no doubt they've been playing in this league this whole time. And one last fun fact before we start the third set. Maddie bought Colin his game shoes because the team was giving him such a hard time about the shoes he had been wearing. They were falling apart and not aesthetically pleasing. He does have nice shoes. And they are the Seawolves colors. Good job, Maddie. And Coach Suzanne was assistant coach for the Canada Games women team for New Brunswick this past summer, where they placed 5th in the country. The New Brunswick team had an excellent showing this summer. And Coach Suzanne also assistant coaches with the UNBSJ men's team. And I see here in the comments, Darren saying 2 players from Nakuik. Thank you so much, Darren. That's an excellent fun fact to add to the list. It's great to see so many New Brunswick athletes playing for the UNBSJ Seawolves. And the same thing here for the Hurricanes. As I mentioned before, Abby McDonald and Jenna O'Neill are both from PEI. We also have athletes such as Araya Pott and Kira Cullingworth, who are also from Prince Edward Island. So it's great to see the Island Thailand here. And assistant coaches Hannah Brown and Sarah Murphy are also both from PEI. And they are also both former Hurricanes. Babby to start the game with an ace. Babby to serve again. Pass by Hobain. McCoy chases that down. Free ball here for the Hurricanes. Babby to O'Donnell. O'Donnell outside to Hoskins. Hoskins. McCord to serve for the Seawolves. O'Donnell to serve for the Hurricanes. Pass by Hobain. Jubenville to O'Donnell. O'Donnell to McDonald. McDonald dug up by Gendron. And that was Longley on the outside. First year middle from Halifax, Nova Scotia. But she is playing right side this game. O'Donnell to serve. Pass by Gendron. Tight ball at the net. McCord to Wilson. Wilson with the tip. Dug up by Moores. Jubenville out to Hoskins. Hoskins off the block. O'Donnell to serve. Pass by Hobain. Robichaud chases that down. Free ball here for the Hurricanes. Jubenville to O'Donnell. O'Donnell outside to Hoskins. Hoskins off the hands. Dug up by Robichaud. McCord to Gendron. She's all by herself. She's there with one block. Excellent swing by Gendron. Once again, you cannot leave Gendron on her own. Gendron to serve. Pass by Jubenville. Overpass. Sorry, that was not the overpass. Tight to the net. Gendron to serve. Hoskins to serve. Pass by Gendron. McCord outside to Robichaud. Robichaud off the hands of Moores. Once again, Robichaud using those hands. Wilson to serve. Pass by O'Neill. O'Donnell to McDonald. McDonald. McDonald to serve. Longley to serve for the Seawolves. Pass by Hoskins. O'Donnell. Out to O'Neill. O'Neill. Once again, the Hurricanes struggling to get a consistent first contact. Consistently having to put that ball high into the outside, limiting the options for the outside hitters. Tight ball at the net. Babby, excellent dig there by McKenzie. Morris to serve. Robichaud to serve for the Seawolves. Pass by Hoskins, tight ball there at the net, and that's an ace for Robichaud. The passing woes continue here for the Hurricanes. Seawolves are really a strong serving team. Both Dominique Gendron and Kate McLeod are in the top 5 for service aces per set. Gendron is leading the league right now for service aces per set with 0.86, and Kate McLeod has 0.68. But we see here Robichaud doing an excellent job serving as well. O'Neill to serve. Pass by Hobain. McCord to Buchanan. Dug up by Morris. O'Donnell outside to Hoskins. Hoskins going down the line. Buchanan to serve. Pass by O'Neill. O'Donnell to Babby. Babby with the roll shot. Dug up by McCord. Wilson puts that over. O'Donnell outside to Hoskins. Hoskins off the block. Great dig by Robichaud. Babby blocked by Wilson. O'Donnell with the dump. Blocked by Gendron. Excellent read there by Gendron. You can see, too, that Gendron is definitely starting a little bit more inside the court because the Hurricanes have yet to run a slide there with their middles. So Gendron is sitting, basically camping on O'Donnell and ready to assist in the middle. Great read there by Gendron. Babby to serve. Pass by Robichaud. McCord outside to Gendron. Gendron blocked by O'Donnell. Hoskins to O'Donnell. O'Donnell outside to Hoskins. Hoskins, excellent dig by Doucette. Gendron on the outside, but that hits the antenna. Babby to serve. And an ace for Mason Babby. Babby to serve again. Pass by Robichaud. McCord with the dump. Excellent dig there by Babby. Free ball here for the Seawolves. Robichaud to McCord. McCord to Wilson on the slide. Wilson through the hole in the block. Once again, an excellent usage there by the Seawolves of a free ball. They are really capitalizing on their opportunities. McCord to serve. That's an ace for McCord. Substitution here for the Hurricanes. Fifth year, Jamie Spencer steps into the game for Maria Morris. McCord to serve. Tough serve by McCord. O'Neill in the backcourt with a tip. Excellent tip by O'Neill. Great effort there by McKenzie. Free ball here for the Hurricanes. And that's a free ball kill for the Seawolves. McCord to serve. Pass by O'Neill. O'Donnell to McDonald. Excellent swing by Abby McDonald. That is exactly the person you're going to set when you need a quick point. That point also just showed us there what the Hurricanes are capable of doing when they are in system. When they have a good first contact and they're able to run the middle, they are a huge threat. O'Donnell to serve. Pass by Doucette. Great pass by Doucette. Gendron. And a net violation. Shout out to Doucette. Really doing a great job going in there. Although she missed her serve, she passed really well, played great defense, really filled her role. Gendron to serve. Oh, Doucette is back. Hoskins to serve. Substitution here for the Seawolves. Buchanan back into the game. Wilson to serve. Pass by O'Neill. O'Donnell chases that down. O'Neill on the outside. Off the hands of Longley. Substitution here for the Hurricanes. Collingworth into the game for McDonald. Collingworth to serve. And an ace for Collingworth. Collingworth to serve again. Great serve by Collingworth. Overpass and Spencer with a kill. Collingworth to serve again. Substitution here for the Seawolves. McLeod back into the game. Spencer to serve for the Hurricanes. Pass by Gendron. McCoy to Buchanan. Buchanan off the hands of Abby. We haven't seen Buchanan get a whole lot of sets this match, but when she does get set, she definitely takes advantage of those opportunities. Robichaud to serve for the Seawolves. Pass by Judge. Tight ball there at the net. O'Neill to serve. Pass by Hobain. McCord outside to Gendron. Gendron. Timeout here for the Seawolves. Hurricanes leading 20-18. We have Peter James saying, "Go Seawolves." Thank you for tuning in, Peter. This is a very tight game here. If you look at the team comparison here, they're very, very even. The Hurricanes hitting 253%, Seawolves hitting 223%. Hurricanes definitely getting more blocks than the Seawolves. However, we did see recently a little bit of difficulty closing the block. And Seawolves with 5 more service errors than the Hurricanes. Tight game for sure. O'Neill to serve. Pass by Gendron. McCord outside to Gendron. Gendron through the hole in the block. Great touch there. Excellent save by Judge. McCord to Buchanan. Buchanan! Once again, Buchanan. Great hustle there by Judge. Judge got stepped in there a little bit later in the game. We just saw her recently step in. That was a great effort there. O'Donnell to Babby. Babby with the tip. Dug up by Buchanan. Proving that middles can play defense. Hoskins on the outside. Buchanan to serve. And then Babby to serve. McCord to serve. Pass by O'Neill. Tight ball there at the net. McDonald! That's a tight pass, but O'Donnell did a great job saving it and setting up McDonald in the middle. O'Donnell to serve. Pass by Hobain. McCord outside to McLeod. McLeod off the hands of McDonald. O'Donnell outside to Hoskins. Hoskins dug up by Hobain. Great dig by Hobain. Gendron on the outside. Gendron blocked by Hoskins. That was a huge block there for the Hurricanes. I believe that is the second time that Hoskins has had a stuff block on the outside. O'Donnell to serve. Pass by Hobain. Great pass by Hobain. Wilson with the tip dug up by Spencer. Judge outside to Hoskins. Hoskins dug up by Robichaud. McCord outside to McLeod. McLeod blocked by McDonald. Excellent effort there by the Seawolves. Free ball here for the Hurricanes. Judge to O'Donnell. O'Donnell to McDonald. McDonald with the tip. Dug up by McCord. Robichaud outside to Gendron. Gendron, that's a tough ball to swing. Great aggressive play there by Gendron. Free ball here for the Seawolves. Robichaud to McCord. McCord running Gendron. She's all by herself with Hoskins. Hoskins on the outside. Blocked by Gendron, or touch off of Gendron. McLeod on the outside. Blocked by McDonald. Abby McDonald. Timeout here for the Seawolves as the Hurricanes lead 24-21. FR Channel says, looking forward to our Dragons road trip to Holland in February. We'll love to join you doing some commentary. Yes! Yes, one of the 3 men's women's games, February 7th to 8th. That sounds wonderful. FR channel 123. Hopefully we'll have a second mic that we'll be able to hear each other on. We'll get Jordy working on that. That'd be awesome. Tu parles-tu français? Puis on peut le faire en français aussi? This is a tight game here between the Hurricanes and the Seawolves. Coach Craig Hoskins said that during the week they brought in 2-time AUS champion setter Brett Bolden from Dalhousie to work with both of their setters, and her experience and attention to detail made an immediate impact. She reinforced strong habits, challenged their setters to read the game at a higher level, and gave them tools they could apply immediately in competition. He credits a lot of their success this past weekend to the work Brett did with both setters and how well their athletes responded to it. The Hurricanes had a dominating performance on the weekend with UKC and DAL-AC. And Coach Hoskins gave a nice shout out there to Brett Bolden for her work. Gendron to serve for the Seawolves. Tough serve by Gendron. Great pass by Hoskins. Spencer on the outside. Spencer! Jamie Spencer did a great job stepping into the game here in the third set. Tough position to be in, but Hurricanes take the third set 25-22. Jane saying from Nova Scotia, go Seawolves. Thank you for tuning in. Oh, sorry, Janet. Thank you for tuning in, Janet. And FR says, oui, c'est moi qui fais les commentaires de tous les matchs. Hey, c'est bon, parfait. On peut faire ça en français. J'aimerais bien ça. Now, before this weekend, I asked Coach Colin Chambers what a lot of their success this semester can be attributed to, because the Seawolves have had a fantastic first half of the season. They're 7-2, and he said that a lot of their success this season can be attributed to the great leadership of a strong group of seniors who have spent the past 4 years working extremely hard in the weight room, in the classroom, and on the court to become the best they can be. The collective effort over their careers has paid off for them as individuals, making them great role models and motivating them to hold their younger teammates to a similar standard, which then makes everyone better. He also credited the work that their team has done that began back in May with a combination of strength and conditioning workouts that held their group accountable. They have a partnership with CSI Atlantic, so shout out to CSI Atlantic, and specifically Hillary Pond, and that began in September and has been a welcome change to their fitness testing workouts and the way the athletes approach strength and conditioning. And it has really increased accountability and transparency when it comes to individual workouts. He said it is still early, but their improved collective fitness this season has resulted in fewer injuries and greater energy and focus in practice. You can really tell that the Seawolves spend a lot of time doing strength and conditioning just by the way they play. They're very fast, very explosive, very strong. So there's no doubt that their work outside of the gym has contributed greatly to their success. I also asked head coach Colin Chambers what makes this team so competitive, because you can see in the way that they play that they're really trying to earn every point. Even whenever they hit, they're not just putting the ball over. They're very competitive athletes, and he said that the athletes just have a genuine love for the game, and that has made this group a real pleasure to work with and allowed them to have some very intense scrimmages. They place a lot of pride in competing, whether it is in a practice against one another or in a big game at Holland College. So that has definitely shown they are true competitors and have really made for a great game this afternoon here at the McMillan Center of Community Engagement. Malcolm says, amazing work, Canes. Now let's close those blocks and the game. Agreed, Malcolm? The Hurricanes definitely have the size, so it's just a matter of using that to their advantage. McCord to serve. Pass by O'Neill. O'Donnell outside to Hoskins. Hoskins dug up by McKenzie. McCord to McLeod, sorry. Dug up by O'Neill. Tight ball at the net. Gendron puts that down. Great swing by McLeod there. Once again, right in the hole in the block. McCord to serve. Babby a serve for the Hurricanes. Pass by Hobain. McCord to Gendron. Gendron left alone with Hoskins once again. Great run there by the Seawolves. Now the Seawolves haven't used their middles a crazy amount. However, they used them enough that the Hurricanes do have to respect the middles. And that has really opened up doors for the outside hitters. Gendron in the backcourt, dug up by Spencer. Tight ball here at the net. Blocked by Wilson. O'Donnell outside to Hoskins. Hoskins off the block, dug up by Robichaud. McCord out to McLeod. McLeod up and over the block. Once again, McCord doing a great job spreading the offense. Gendron to serve. Excellent serve by Gendron. You see the Hurricanes restacking here. Hoskins basically taking the whole court to herself. Pass by O'Neill. Hoskins on the outside. Hoskins with a tip off the hands. Robichaud. What an effort there by Emily Robichaud. O'Donnell to serve. And an ace for O'Donnell. Pass by Gendron. McCord outside to Robichaud. Robichaud! Off the hands of Spencer. Excellent use of the block by Robichaud. Robichaud, her approach is so dynamic, so aggressive. She really runs in there. Wilson to serve. Pass by Jubenville, and that is an ace for Wilson. Wilson to serve. Pass by O'Neill. Hoskins outside. Spencer! Excellent effort there by the Seawolves. Excellent swing by Spencer. Spencer really making the most of that play there. That was a nice high ball set by Hoskins. Once again, the Hurricanes are out of system, but did a great job using that one. Hoskins to serve. Pass by Gendron. McCord outside to Robichaud. Robichaud with the tip. Dug up by Hoskins. McDonald off the hands of Buchanan. McLeod on the outside. McLeod through the hole in the block once again. McLeod to serve. Pass by O'Neill. O'Donnell chases that down. O'Neill on the outside. Up and over the block. McDonald to serve. Pass by Gendron. McCord outside to Robichaud. Robichaud with the deep tip. Dug up by Hoskins. O'Neill on the outside. O'Neill! Excellent swing by Jen O'Neill. McDonald to serve. Pass by Hobain. McCoy to Buchanan. Buchanan blocked by Babby. McDonald to serve. Pass by Gendron. McCord with the dump, dug up by O'Neill. O'Neill on the outside. O'Neill! And no pass on that one. Robichaud to serve. Pass by O'Neill. O'Neill on the outside with the tip. Excellent play by O'Neill. Very smart play. We rarely see O'Neill tip, but when she tips, she scores. And when she hits, she also scores. Spencer to serve. Pass by Hobain. McCord to Robichaud in the back court. Excellent swing by Robichaud. Buchanan to serve. Pass by Hoskins. Spencer. Hoskins really far back in the court. Dug up by Buchanan. McCord outside to Gendron. Gendron off the hands. Oh, never mind. Sorry. That's long. O'Neill to serve. Pass by Robichaud. McCord on the slide with Wilson. Excellent run. That's an ambitious run by first-year McCord. She's on the attack line and still pushes that back. McCord to serve. Pass by O'Neill. O'Donnell to Babby. Babby blocked by Gendron. Gendron has had a couple of blocks this game. McCord to serve. Tough serve by McCord. Spencer from the backcourt. That's in. Great swing by Spencer. That was also an ambitious play. On that high ball set from the backcourt. Babby to serve. Pass by Gendron. McCord. And the miscommunication there. Great save there by Hobain. McDonald. Great dig by McCord. McLeod on the outside. Excellent dig by Babby. Hoskins. And off the hands. Great save by Wilson. Gendron on the outside with the roll shot. Dug up by Spencer. Hoskins tight at the net with the roll shot. Dug up by McLeod. McCord to Robichaud in the backcourt. She rolls that over. Tight ball at the net. And McLeod with the party ball. Gendron to serve. Tough serve by Gendron. McDonald! The Hurricanes are really doing a great job of siding out despite the pass. It was a great save there. A tight ball from that. Still able to set McDonald. Gendron with the pass. McCord. Another miscommunication there between McCord and Wilson. O'Donnell to serve. Pass by Hobain. Gendron outside to Robichaud. Robichaud with the roll shot, dug up by O'Neill. O'Donnell outside to Hoskins. Hoskins blocked by Wilson and McLeod. Wilson to serve. Pass by Judge. Spencer on the outside. Right now it appears that the Hurricanes should maybe need to set McDonald or O'Neill, as they've been very consistent this game. Excellent serve there by Wilson. An ace for the Seawolves. Timeout here for the Hurricanes. Right now for the Seawolves, Emily Robichaud is leading the team right now with 14 kills. She's hitting 355%, which is awesome. Dominique Gendron also has 13 kills. She's hitting 200%. And Wilson has 6 kills of her own. Buchanan has 5. Kate McLeod has 7. So we see a lot of different athletes contributing to the Seawolves offense. And like I mentioned earlier, the Hurricanes are really relying on O'Neill and McDonald. O'Neill has 12 kills, hitting 310%, and McDonald has 11 kills, hitting 476%. Unfortunately, to be able to set McDonald, you have to be in system. So if the Hurricanes can clean up their passing, they'll definitely be able to run McDonald and then run up the scoreboard and close this gap. Wilson to serve. Pass by O'Neill. O'Donnell outside to Spencer. Spencer up and over the block. Hoskins to serve. Pass by Gendron. McCord outside to Robichaud. Robichaud through the hole in the block. Robichaud with her 15th kill. McLeod to serve for the Seawolves. And an ace for McLeod. Pass by, or serve by McLeod. And another ace by McLeod. McLeod to serve. Pass by Jubenville. O'Donnell outside to O'Neill. O'Neill! McLeod to serve. And an ace. That is 3 aces for McLeod. And another ace for McLeod. We now see Babby going in the backcourt to pass. Very rare that we see middles play back row. You may not know, but Babby is a great beach player. And there she goes, Mason Babby with a great pass to help the Hurricanes side out. Babby's beach skills really paying off here. Collingworth to serve for the Hurricanes. Tough serve by Collingworth. McCoy to Buchanan. Excellent side out play there by the Seawolves. Robichaud to serve. Tough serve by Robichaud, putting the Hurricanes out of system again. O'Neill with the roll shot. Robichaud in the back court. Excellent swing by Robichaud. Seawolves running away with the set, 23-14. Tough serve by Robichaud again. O'Neill off the antenna. Seawolves within one. Robichaud to serve. Another tough serve by Robichaud. Tight ball, party ball here. Free ball here for the Seawolves. McCoy to Buchanan. Buchanan through the block. High ball, free ball here for the Seawolves. McKenzie to McCoy. McCoy has all sorts of options. Goes backcourt. Robichaud. That goes long. Spencer to serve for the Hurricanes. Pass by Hobain, tight ball at the net. O'Donnell out to O'Neill. O'Neill! Excellent swing by O'Neill. Hurricanes trying to get a little bit more momentum here to at least carry on to the fifth set. Spencer to serve. Pass by Hobain. McCord outside to Gendron. Gendron with the roll shot, dug up by Spencer. O'Donnell outside to O'Neill. O'Neill! Spencer to serve. Great save there by Robichaud. Gendron on the outside, off the hands of the block. Seawolves take the fourth set, 25-17. And we are going to a fifth set. Stay tuned as we head into the fifth set. And we are back for the 5th set. Charla said, let's go Canes, time to push. You got it, Charla. Pass by Robichaud. McCord to McLeod in the backcourt. Babby to serve. Pass by Hobain. McCord to Wilson on the slide. Wilson blocked by Hoskins. Babby to serve. Pass by Robichaud. McCord out to Gendron. Gendron! Great take there by Babby. O'Neill in the backcourt. Dug up by Robichaud. McCord outside to Gendron again. Excellent dig by O'Neill. O'Neill in the backcourt. Great dig by Robichaud. What a rally. 2 huge defensive plays by the Hurricanes. First with Mason Babby. Second with O'Neill. And those were excellent swings there by the Seawolves. We see that the Hurricanes are doing a much better job of stepping in the hole of the block, so that even when the blocks aren't closed, they're able to still defend those balls. McCord to serve. Pass by O'Neill. Babby rolls that over. Gendron with the roll shot, dug up by Spencer. Ooh. McCord to serve. O'Donnell to serve. Pass by Gendron. Tight ball net. McCord to Wilson. Blocked by McDonald. There was no getting around McDonald on that one. Hurricanes leading 5-2. O'Donnell to serve. Pass by Hobain. McCord to Gendron. Gendron through the hole in the block. What a swing by Dominique Gendron. Gendron to serve. Pass by O'Neill. O'Donnell back to Spencer. Spencer with the tip. Great play by Spencer. Spencer has definitely made an impact in this game. She's been playing great since she was subbed in partway through the game. Hoskins to serve. Pass by Hobain. McCord. Back to McLeod. McLeod left alone with O'Neill. Dug up by Hoskins. O'Donnell out to Spencer. Spencer! Spencer with another kill. Hurricanes take a commanding 7-3 lead in the 5th set. Hoskins to serve. Pass by Hobain. McCord out to Robichaud. Robichaud with a roll shot. Great read by Hoskins. O'Donnell to McDonald. McDonald dug up by Hobain. McCord, excellent push to Robichaud. Left her all alone with Spencer. Great reverse of the play. Wilson to serve. Pass by Babby. O'Donnell out to O'Neill. O'Neill! Excellent swing by O'Neill. Substitution here for the Hurricanes. Cullingworth stepping in to serve for McDonald. Pass by Robichaud. McCoy to Gendron in the backcourt. That's wide. Timeout here for the Seawolves as the Hurricanes lead 9-4 in this fifth set. This game has been all over the place, back and forth between both teams. We saw the Hurricanes really dominate in the first set, but in this last set, the Seawolves really dominated that set. Hurricanes playing very disciplined right now. And Jamie Spencer has had 7 kills. She's hitting 750% right now. Jamie Spencer was an excellent substitution there for the Hurricanes. She's really done a lot for them and helped them get back in this game. And right now the Hurricanes have both Spencer and O'Neill in the front court, as well as Babby. So it's going to really give O'Donnell the opportunity to spread the offense here. Cullingworth to serve. During this time, I'd like to give a special shout out to our officials of this afternoon's match. R1, Lindsay Corkum. R2, Joe Ryan. And on the lines, we have Mika. I actually don't know Mika's last name. Sorry, Mika. Mika the ref and Max Arsenault. Lindsay Corkum was refereeing this summer also at the Canada Games, and she does a lot for developing officials in Prince Edward Island. Cullingworth with the serve. Excellent serve. Buchanan with the tip. O'Donnell to Spencer. Spencer with the kill. Cullingworth to serve. And an ace for Cullingworth. Cullingworth forcing another timeout here for the Seawolves as the Hurricanes now lead 11-4. Cullingworth back to serve again. We'll see if 2 timeouts can break her serve. Another tough serve. McCord outside to Robichaud. Robichaud. McLeod to serve. Tough serve by McLeod. O'Donnell outside to O'Neill. O'Neill dug up by McLeod. McCord outside to Robichaud. Robichaud with a roll shot. Dug up by O'Donnell. Jubenville. High ball to Spencer. Spencer dug up by McKenzie. McCord to McLeod in the backcourt. And McLeod goes up and over the block. Sometimes those off-speed shots are really all you need to get you caught off guard. McLeod to serve. Seawolves trailing by 5. Spencer to serve. Substitution here for the Seawolves as Sad comes into the game for McLeod. And an ace for Spencer. Hurricanes running away with this set, within 2 points of closing out the game. Robichaud to serve. Pass by Hoskins. Tight ball at the net. O'Donnell out to O'Neill. Excellent dig by Robichaud. O'Donnell back out to O'Neill. O'Neill! And a great touch there by Robichaud. Great run there by Jen O'Neill. O'Neill to serve. Pass by Hobain. McCord outside to Gendron. Gendron. And that is it. The Hurricanes take this game 15-7. Sorry, they take this set 15-7, take the game 3-2. An excellent way for the Hurricanes to finish off the semester. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Join us in 2026 when the Hurricanes host someone. I'm not sure who, but we'll be back in the new year. Have an excellent holidays. Thanks for tuning in. Love ya. Bye.